Well, Gavin, Parkview Road on Tuesday night, we've slipped to a 1-0 defeat. Despite having played the majority of the second half, 11 against 10, we weren't able to take advantage.
No, and that often can be the way. We huffed and puffed, but didn't actually look necessarily like putting the ball, a couple of half chances in there. But that's not what's really on my mind. It's on my mind, but we've lost the game to a goal direct from a corner. And that's the first thing that I look at and think, that just can't be right. That just can't be right. People not doing their jobs in there. Communication obviously wasn't there. I mean, again, I look back at it because you don't want to be knee-jerk. I've just said to them in there, boys, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable because despite the fact that we haven't been able to take advantage, and I've seen it before, it's often very, very difficult against 10 players when they camp in and defend their box, which they've done very well doing. The manner of the goal is ridiculous. The manner of the challenge from Dylan is ridiculous, going away from goal, and we got away with that. So I can't fault the boys in respect to their application. Can't do that. They run hard, they work hard, they do that every game for me. They were running for me, but it's not a case of when you're down there, you're down there. That goal should never be happening, should never ever happen at this level of football, and shouldn't happen in one of my sides. And as I say, I'll have a look at it when I can view it back. But I'm so angry.
It's another set piece as well that has undone us, and I think they almost repeated the trick a couple of minutes later as well.
Do you know what? I don't even think it's a trick. It's we should defend it. We've got a man there. It's just poorly defended. But yeah, look, I'm really angry. I'm really angry because this is one despite the fact that we didn't look like we were going to score. That we might have come out with something.
For all the concern, obviously, that we've had about defence, how worrying is it that we did fail to take advantage and that we huffed and puffed with very little reward?
Yeah, it's worrying. When you are back to Saturday, you score 2 goals at home and you still lose a football match. They're the actual results that are going to massively hurt us, or are hurting us at the minute. Okay, you come to Welling, it's a tough place to come. They're a tough side, they're a very, very established side, and you have to put a shift in. Okay, you don't want to come here and accept losing, and I'd never do that. And certainly in the manner of it. But you also look back to Saturday and think these are the games that are probably more going to stick in my mind as we go forward. So, yeah, look, it's very easy to badge against 10 players. Sometimes that becomes much more difficult. We had so much of the football, so many entries into the box, which you'd expect, but nothing to get on the end of it. And yes, that is a worry.
That said, even prior to the sending off, perhaps we were camped in our own half. We looked a bit static at times first half.
I think down the hill, we knew they'd come out very sharp. We know they like to come down the hill and effectively come at you. So we expected that, to be honest with you, and we wanted to see it in sections, see it in 15s, it wasn't anything I didn't expect, to be honest with you. But we've conceded a poor one, and that puts you on the back foot from there. So in relation to being camped in, it's not something you set out to do, but we know they start fast, and we're going to have a go at us.
You mentioned concentration in weeks gone by. Do you feel the players are taking that on board? Obviously, they're conceding the penalty right on half-time could well have put the game out of sight.
It's concentration. I think it's decision-making. It's poor decision-making. It's a poor decision by Dylan. That's as simple as it is. It's a poor decision for whatever has happened at the corner. Concentration necessarily hasn't cost us. It's decision-making at the moment. And they're making like young decisions. They're making like decisions that you see from sort of 17, 18-year-olds, but they're more established players. So, it's difficult, very difficult.
Did that also manifest itself perhaps in our, I don't know if you want to call it lack of courage to progress the ball at times when we were 11 against 10?
I'm not sure I understand. The lack of courage to progress the ball. I mean, we were almost completely dominant when we had the, which you'd expect. I don't understand that one. We moved the football quite well. You're always going to have to get it into wide areas and put crosses in the box because they're going to stay narrow. That's what they did. They narrowed off the pitch. They allowed us to have it outside. You're going to have to have good entries in the box from wide positions and hope that you can get something on it. Youngie nearly did with a save, I think. But yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that. I thought we were on the football for major parts of that once they went down to 10.
Or perhaps going a little bit more direct rather than sort of waiting for an opportunity to arise.
Yeah, well, direct's never going to work. They've narrowed off the pitch. You know, they've got some big players in there, and you know, they've sat deep. You're not going to have space in behind. It's going to be very difficult to be able to do that. You've got to be patient. You have got to be patient, and that's where it is.
Cheshire up next on Saturday. Obviously, opponents you know very well. Is it a case of back to the drawing board with personnel or system, or is it a case of going back into training on Thursday and trying some new ideas?
Well, I think I don't know if it's new ideas. You know, there's large parts of today that I've been very pleased with. You know, and you know, I think that we defended much better today. Yeah, we had to throw our bodies on the line a couple of times. So there were signs today that I was very pleased with some of the progression that we're making. But Cheshire will arguably be a better side than Welling, be a much more physical side than Welling. So, we've certainly got it all to do at the moment.
Thanks, Ed.